My name is Michelle. You might have seen me around. I often park my car near Golden Gate Park. It's become my home, a shelter from the unforgiving streets of San Francisco. I know what you might be thinking. Another homeless person. Another statistic. But my story, like so many others, is more than just a number. I wasn't always living in my car. I once had a life that seemed full of promise. I grew up in a loving family, a middle-class upbringing that instilled in me the value of hard work and education. Even in the darkest of times, a flicker of hope remains. California, with its allure of opportunity and innovation, beckoned me after graduation. San Francisco, in particular, held a special appeal. I landed a research position at a prestigious biotech firm, working alongside brilliant minds on cutting-edge projects. Life was good. I had a comfortable apartment in a safe neighborhood, a close circle of friends, and a job that I loved. Weekends were spent exploring the city's cultural offerings. San Francisco felt like home, a place where I could thrive both personally and professionally. I was living the California dream, or so I thought. Life, as it often does, had other plans. A series of unforeseen events unfolded, each one chipping away at the foundation of my seemingly perfect life. It began with a company restructuring, leading to unexpected layoffs. My position, despite my contributions and dedication, was deemed redundant. The job market, once welcoming and full of promise, had taken a downturn. Competition for research positions was fierce. My savings began to dwindle with each passing month. The pressure mounted, a constant weight on my shoulders. I convinced myself that I could turn things around, that a new opportunity was just around the corner. But as the weeks turned into months, the reality of my situation became impossible to ignore. From a young age, I was captivated by the natural world. The intricate dance of life, the delicate balance of ecosystems, the sheer diversity of species. It all filled me with a sense of wonder. My parents, recognizing my passion, nurtured my curiosity with books, documentaries, and trips to science museums. Science wasn't just a subject in school for me. It was a window into the mysteries of the universe. As I progressed through school, my passion for biology only intensified. Each experience solidified my desire to dedicate my life to unraveling the complexities of the living world. My undergraduate years at UC Santa Cruz were a time of immense intellectual growth and exploration. I immersed myself in my biology coursework, drawn to the challenges of molecular biology, genetics, and ecology. I sought out research opportunities, eager to apply my knowledge to real-world problems. One particular research experience left a lasting impact on me. Witnessing firsthand the fragility of these ecosystems ignited within me a sense of urgency and responsibility. I wanted to contribute to solutions, to use my knowledge and skills to address the pressing environmental challenges facing our planet. Graduating with honors from UC Santa Cruz, I knew I wanted to continue my academic journey. The pursuit of a master's degree in biology at UC Berkeley felt like the natural next step. My master's research focused on developing innovative approaches to gene editing. I was making a real contribution to my field, publishing my research in peer-reviewed journals and presenting my findings at international conferences. The culmination of my master's program was both exhilarating and daunting. I had achieved my academic goals, but the transition from the structured world of academia to the competitive job market loomed large. Fortunately, my hard work and dedication paid off. I accepted a position as a research scientist at a leading biotech firm in San Francisco. Finally, I felt like I had achieved a level of stability and security. Little did I know that fate had other plans that would test my resilience in ways I could never have imagined. The biotech industry, despite its glamorous image, is a fickle beast. It thrives on innovation, on the relentless pursuit of the next breakthrough. But this constant evolution comes at a cost. Companies merge, priorities shift, and entire departments can vanish overnight. Whispers of restructuring and budget cuts circulated through the lab. At first, it seemed like just another corporate shakeup. Then came the meetings, the closed-door discussions, the growing sense of unease among my colleagues. My project, despite its potential, had been deemed too risky, too expensive to continue in the current economic climate. The news hit me like a ton of bricks. One minute I was a successful scientist. The next I was unemployed, adrift in a sea of uncertainty. Panic set in. My savings, while decent, wouldn't last forever. I spent hours each day scouring job boards, tailoring my resume, writing cover letters. The rejection emails became a source of growing despair. As my financial situation grew more dire, the walls of my apartment seemed to close in around me. Every creak of the floorboards, every ring of the doorbell, sent a jolt of anxiety through me. I started cutting corners wherever I could. I even started selling off my possessions online, hoping to scrape together enough cash to stay afloat. Pride kept me from reaching out to my family and friends. The shame, the fear, the crushing weight of hopelessness, it all threatened to consume me. The day the eviction notice finally arrived, I wasn't surprised. I had been expecting it, dreading it, for weeks. I packed my belongings into boxes, my life's possessions reduced to a few meager belongings. With a heavy heart, I said goodbye to my home, to the life I had built for myself. I loaded my car with what little I could carry and drove away, unsure of where to go. The city lights, once a beacon of hope and opportunity, now mocked me with their unattainable glow. I was homeless. The car, A once reliable Honda Civic now served as my bedroom, my living room, my everything. I parked it in different spots each night, trying to blend in, to avoid attracting unwanted attention. The back seat, with the seats folded down, became my makeshift bed. Days were spent at public libraries, seeking refuge in the warmth and normalcy they provided. The library became my lifeline, a place where I could pretend, for a few precious hours, that my life hadn't completely unraveled. Evenings were the hardest. The fear was always there, lurking in the shadows, amplified by the darkness. Every creak of the car, every rustle of leaves outside my window sent a jolt of adrenaline through me. Living in a car is an exercise in adaptation, in finding ways to make do with less, to maintain a semblance of normalcy in the face of extraordinary circumstances. Simple tasks, things I had once taken for granted, became daily rituals, fraught with challenges and anxieties. Finding a safe place to park for the night was always the top priority. I quickly learned which neighborhoods were more tolerant of overnight parking, which ones to avoid. I gravitated towards residential areas, hoping to blend in with the other cars lining the streets. Hygiene was another challenge. Public restrooms became my makeshift bathroom, offering a brief respite from the confines of my car. I carried a small bag with toiletries, a toothbrush, toothpaste, a hairbrush, trying to maintain some semblance of dignity amidst the squalor. Food was often an afterthought. I relied on cheap, easy-to-prepare meals, ramen noodles, canned soup, anything I could heat up on a small camping stove I kept in the trunk. Occasionally, I'd treat myself to a fast food meal, a small indulgence that offered a fleeting moment of comfort. The weight of invisibility. Homelessness casts an insidious invisibility. Society looks away, pretending the problem doesn't exist. I avoided eye contact, fearing judgment and pity. I was just another faceless statistic. The invisibility was a heavy burden, chipping away at my self-worth. I yearned for connection but feared judgment and rejection. Fear, a constant companion. Fear became my constant companion. Fear of the unknown, fear of the dark. Every noise sent a jolt of adrenaline. I'd lie awake, imagining danger. Stories of violence haunted me. I was particularly vulnerable. I took precautions, never letting my guard down. The fear was exhausting. It robbed me of sleep and peace of mind. It gnawed at my sanity. There were times when fear threatened to overwhelm me, but I couldn't let it win. I had to push through, holding on to hope. Section 5. Finding humanity in unexpected places. Despite the hardships, I found moments of grace and human connection in unexpected places. Small gestures of compassion reminded me that humanity still flickered. The librarian's warm smile offered normalcy in my chaotic world. The barista let me use the restroom, understanding dignity is a luxury. The older gentleman shared his lunch, treating me with respect. The young couple helped push my car, their laughter a balm to my soul. These acts of kindness were beacons of light in the darkness. They reminded me I was not invisible, not alone. Pride had kept me from seeking help for far too long. I had always been independent, self-reliant, the one people turned to for support, not the one asking for it. But the reality of my situation, the harsh truth that I couldn't pull myself out of this alone, finally broke through my defenses. I swallowed my pride and walked into a local community center, my heart pounding with a mixture of fear and hope. The woman behind the desk, her face etched with compassion, listened patiently as I stumbled through my story, my voice cracking with shame and exhaustion. She didn't judge, didn't offer platitudes or empty promises. She simply listened, her eyes reflecting an understanding that transcended words. When I was finished, she offered a warm smile and said, "We're here to help you get back on your feet. You're not alone in this." She connected me with resources I didn't even know existed. Food banks, clothing closets, job training programs. She helped me navigate the overwhelming bureaucracy of social services, her patience and kindness a lifeline in a sea of indifference. The community center became my sanctuary, a beacon of hope in the darkness. It was there that I met others who understood my struggle, men and women from all walks of life who had found themselves in similar circumstances, victims of a system that too often failed those in need. We shared stories, offered each other support and encouragement, our shared experiences forging a bond of resilience and hope. They understood the daily grind of survival, the constant fear and uncertainty, the weight of invisibility that threatened to crush us. There was John, a former teacher who had lost his job after a battle with cancer, his savings depleted by medical bills. And Sarah, a single mother who had fled an abusive relationship, her only possessions the clothes on her back and a fierce determination to protect her children. We were united by our circumstances, but defined by our shared humanity. We were not homeless. We were people without homes, each of us carrying a story of resilience, of hope, of the enduring human spirit. The support I found at the community center, the kindness of strangers, gave me the strength to start rebuilding my life. The program, focused on web development and digital marketing, opened my eyes to new possibilities, to a world where my skills and experience were valued. For the first time in months, I felt a glimmer of hope, a sense that maybe, just maybe, I could turn things around. I wasn't defined by my circumstances, by the car I slept in, or the food bank I relied on. The shame that had haunted me for so long began to dissipate, replaced by a quiet determination to reclaim my narrative, to rewrite the ending to my story. I wouldn't be defined by my past, by the mistakes I had made or the challenges I had faced. My story, though deeply personal, is not unique. It's a story echoed in countless lives across America, a stark reminder of our fragile social safety net. Behind every statistic, there's a human being with hopes, dreams, and a story worth hearing. We are taught to believe in the American dream, but what happens when the rules are stacked against you? A sudden illness, job loss, or pandemic can wipe out years of hard work. Homelessness affects people of all ages, races, and backgrounds. Remember, they are not defined by their circumstances. They have a story to tell. The American dream, once a beacon of hope, has become a distant mirage for many. Rising costs, stagnant wages, and inadequate safety nets push people to the margins. The wealthiest few hold obscene wealth, while millions struggle. The gap between the haves and have-nots widens, creating inequality. Solutions require addressing poverty, mental health, and addiction. We need affordable housing, healthcare, and job training programs. We cannot turn a blind eye to the suffering on our streets. Despite the challenges, I choose hope. Hope for a future where no one lives on the streets. Hope for a compassionate society. We all have the power to make a difference. The road ahead may be long, but we must never give up hope.